Now, Cheryl, girl, yes, Cheryl Grabowski, it sounds to me that you were, what they say, a day late and a dollar short. What's that all about? The NarkSlayer? One narking? Now listen, I'm just sitting over here watching this stuff, watching these things go down between you and another content creator, and I'm thinking, like, what the heck just done happened? Then I found out some money was the culprit. Or should I say, the NarkSlayer may have been the culprit. Now, girl, your little skills that you profess to have on the U and the Tube streets, girl, they wasn't working for you. Why did you stick your hand in a fire when you know it's hot and you know fire gonna burn? Now listen, I don't know anything about this other content creator. I've heard about her, but I mean, I've never did commentary on her. But, for all intents and purposes, you said you had heard some things floating around on the streets. But that didn't stop you from engaging into the things that you engaged into, Cheryl. Now, you said that you're not a scammer, but then somebody in your chat commented and said that you knew that she was getting 25K, and so you went on and you shot you shoot at your shot. You shoot at your shot, and you asked for $1.50, and then the person in question came back saying that they're waiting on their monies to be returned from you, the $1.50. So, why? I mean, if you were narking, like you say you are, you self-proclaim the NarkSlayer. Girl, why you ain't see this coming? Why? Listen, I grew up with the understanding that, you don't want to be mixing money and friends because it's not going to end too well. Especially between people who's not fully grown, let's just say. We're going to keep it cute, okay? I mean, because it doesn't matter about the age because, see, sometimes, whoo, just because we get up in age don't mean we get up in maturity. Just saying. And it sounds like to me, Cheryl, you should have seen the warning signs. But yet again, you stuck your hand on that hot stove that you now professing, you didn't say it's a hot stove. I'm the one who's saying it, because, there's an old saying. If you stick your hand on a hot stove, you're going to get burned. So you knew what you were walking into, in other words, by all of the different commentary that you have been hearing about this other content creator, but you went for it anyway. So, I mean, what am I saying? I'm saying that whatever you getting right now, you brought on yourself alone because you chose to take your hand and stick it where it shouldn't have been stuck. Okay? Should have just let it be. But you were so, trying to get ahead with your YouTube channel, trying to get ahead. I mean, This is why I don't even worry about my channel like all of that, because I'm not willing to make all kind of hasty moves and things coming back to bite me. I mean, when you hear me say, if you ever watch any of my content, Cheryl, when you hear me say slow and steady won the race, that's just what I mean. I'm not willing to jump out of the frying pan smack dab into a firing situation. Not I said the duck, or in this instance, Sharina Valley. Okay, not I said she. Okay? But honey, and then you talking about you a grown woman, 54, and you're not scamming, but tuh, I don't know, girl. When I listen back at your commentary, something seems a little offish to me. Just saying. You need to leave well enough alone, leave folk alone, stop being so desperate to grow your channel. You say you got a job, you're doing hair and things of that nature, then you need to do that and leave folk money alone. It just don't mix. You don't mix money with friends, especially the friends that you don't really quite know that well. You just don't do a thing. So I don't know how successful have your 54 years have gotten you, because you're making moves. And I hear my grandkids and them make comments like, when you play silly games, you win silly prizes. Makes sense to me though. Girl, I don't understand. I really don't. And to be putting down people who look like you, that's another little thing that kind of gets up under my skin. It's like telling me that you want to be in a different type of flesh so bad. Well, going on over there and see how that works out for you. I think you was over there one time that didn't turn out well. And I know I done jumped ship, because that's been on my mind for a while to say, because every time I heard you talk about the blacks, that rubs me the wrong way. It's like, especially when you look like me, talking about, come on, really? The blacks? What are you, the purple? What are you? You sound like you might be the green with envy. You want to be in a different skin. What's going on over there? Because I'm going to tell you, I didn't have family who thought that they was going to, make it better if they kind of gravitated towards the so-called European. And European sent them right on back to where they didn't want to be. So, girl, sure. You better thank Almighty Most High for your, for the color of your, just thank Almighty for your melanin, okay? Because quiet is his cat, baby. The as you call them, the blacks, they're not the only ones acting up. Okay? And just for the record, black is a color, not a person. Just wanted to share that little piece of nugget, just a little bit. Okay? Black is a color, just as white is a color. It's not a nationality. It's not a race of people. Okay? So when you say the blacks, understanding what you're saying, darling. Because you're sounding like you don't know what's happening out here in real life. Just saying. Just saying. And then stay away from stuff that you know is going to cause more harm than good. How about that? And then maybe we can take your NarkSlayer, self-proclaimed NarkSlayer stuff a little bit more serious. But when you're doing things that's contrary to that, nobody's going to take that serious, baby. Not I, said Sharina Belly. I can't. Just won't. Cannot. Shall not. Will not. Do not. Okay? But anyway, that's what I come to say. Didn't come live, guys, because I'm just kind of relaxing myself today, and I'm not camera ready, should I say. And I don't feel like getting camera ready with the lip gloss and the, well, y'all know I do wear a wig sometimes. I do. But then for the most part, I try to embrace my whole real self, okay, when I present myself, okay? But there are those times that wig has to be snatched up off the daggone mannequin's head and thrown up on the mine. Okay? Because Sharina Bell don't feel like dealing with the real hair all the time. I gotta go. Cheryl, if you don't want to get burnt, keep your hands where they belong. And do something with that tongue, because something is a little offish when you talk about the blacks. That's showing your true mental colors, whether you know it or not. It is. It's shining through, baby. It's shining through. Like a big old shiny button is coming on through. To me, anyway. To me, I see it. I'm like, well, wow, do this woman want to be something other than, as she called, the black? Because that's the way it sounded. But honey, one of these good old mornings, woo, child. That's something. I got to watch what I'm saying up here, guys, because I don't want to offend or anything like that, anybody. But there are people who don't have sense enough to be grateful for what Almighty gave to them. And that's sad. That's sad to me. But anyway, we all are not touched in the brain. We all, and then it's, a lot of us are, it was by design. Okay? It was by design. Okay? But I feel like Most High will, make all wrongs right whenever Most High deem fit to do so. So, woo! I'm out, y'all. Thanks for listening. Gotta go. Girl, you was a day late, Cheryl, and $1 short. Leave folk money alone. If you doing good, like you have wanting people to believe, then be good. You got a family, you got. Why you messing with other outside folk, messing with their money? Leave them be. Leave them be. Leave it be. All right, guys, that's what I come to say. I'm out. Thanks for listening, because you're not watching anything. But thank you so much for listening. All right, I'm out.